Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back to Total Body Detox. Wow, so we've had an amazing day and we have hold on a minute. Sorry guys. Okay, sorry. So let me just, I'm having some technical difficulties. It's been the way of the world today. So just give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. So we're going to be talking about whole body detox for those of you that have been on. And I'm just so grateful to jump in again. And today, does anybody have any questions that are coming up for them? And as you guys come on, thanks for your patience. Hold on. Okay. I'm so sorry. Patience. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for popping on. I'm trying to get hooked up here. So I will be with you all in a second. I guess I should have waited to stream, but I thought I was good to go. I'm trying to get the VIPs up here. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. Ruth, I'm having challenges. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I apologize. I've had internet down most of the morning, and I don't want to end the broadcast because I'll lose you. Thanks for your patience.
Progress.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys. Let me jump on Instagram at this point. I appreciate your patience. Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late here. I don't like to be late. For those of you that know me super well, I am somebody that loves to be on time. So I apologize and thank you for your patience. We've had thunder and lightning storms. I've been in and out of internet, so I'm hoping it will hold powerful enough and it's not going to buffer. So just let me know if you're not hearing me. So let's see. Let's put in the chat where everybody is from. Those of you that are new, that are joining. If you've missed any classes, they're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, and they're on YouTube. And so days 1 and days 2, we did a plethora of the organ systems, what organ systems help us detox, what that looks like. And then yesterday, I'm sorry, I'm even off my game here. Yesterday, we talked about nutrition, the importance of nutrition for detox. So before I dive in today with such an amazing day, I want to know if anybody has any questions that came up for them. And then I want to know for you guys, put in the chat, please. What is one thing that you chose to make a change? We talked about making a change. And what is one thing that you changed or that you thought about changing? I know yesterday, I believe it was Grace, if she's on again today. I'm so glad we have so many more people that Grace, what are your habits of getting rid of all processed food? Like, what is one thing that you can change, even if you're new? Because I see some new people dropping in the chat. Even if you're new and you're not familiar with like what we've talked about, what's one thing that you can change for your health? Go ahead and drop it in the chat for me. I got the VIP here. I've got those of you on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm not where you're popping in from. What is one thing that you committed to make a change for your health? Because I show up for you guys to actually talk about healing. And the foundation of healing is nutrition. Nutrition is the basis in your house. Do you think your home would stay upright? There'd be cracks in the foundation. When you get cracks in your body, think about it as like the foundation. So natural food, whole food, nutrient-dense food is the foundation. And when we get off our game and we get off our nutrition and we get off our movement and our hydration and our spirituality and our emotional self, that's when we start to get into trouble, right? That's when the diagnoses come in. And my goal, those of you that know me, is to heal chronic disease. How many of you are just plain tired of not being able to lose weight? You can't get out of bed. You're not functioning. Like, when is enough good enough that you're going to ask for support? When is enough that you're going to ask for support? That's what I want to ask you today. Because the truth is we need support in everything that we do. I have accountability in the things that are difficult for me. I have my own naturopath that does acupuncture. I have my own massage therapist. Like, I walk my walk, I talk my talk. But at the end of the day, what is important for each one of you is that you figure out what works for you. But by figuring that out, even myself as a practitioner, I can't heal myself. I don't know. I might know where I'm stopping. I might be able to look at labs and make adjustments. I want to ask you, like, what is enough for you? Like, do you feel like your best? Do you, as a leader in your life, wake up every day and you're ready to hit the ground running? Put energy in the chat for me. All these things that happen. I guess my video's going in and out. We're having a thunder and lightning storm here, so please bear with me. I checked the speed; it showed it would be enough to get up and running. So bear with me. I apologize. Sometimes happens. It's Mother Nature that we have to deal with. So hopefully you're getting enough. Let me record the VIP so that
recording stuff.
I can actually. Oh, I was recording it so that I can actually get it to you guys in case offered. So really, like, all of you that are on right now, 40 of you all feel like you have enough energy. I'm proud of you. You're getting up every morning, you feel like your best self, and you're rocking your life. You have amazing relationships, you have work to do. Wow, that's awesome. Because every day somebody walks through my clinic and calls me at my clinic. Not everybody's having like as well. Or maybe you're just shy and you don't want to put notes in the chat. I get you, but please, I want this to be active and engaged. Like, I don't just want to stand here and speak to a screen and not think that somebody's on the other side hearing me. Again, I apologize about the video. So if we don't have any questions, no questions from yesterday, from fiber to probiotics to nutrition to vegetables to herbs to spices, I see that be healthy. I love that. Put in the chat that she's going to look at some of the recipes, or she's going to look at the recipes and start and try some. It's fantastic. So if nobody has any questions, I'm just going to dive in. So today we're going to talk about boosting the detox process. What does that look like? Instagram, what does that look like? And how can we support detox? So physical activity and exercise play a huge role in our detox processes. We've talked about this. Moving your body is what God put you on this earth to do. He did not put you on this earth, or she, if you feel like it's a she. Holy cow, it's really raining out there. You guys should see this. He did not put you on this earth to be sedentary. However, unfortunately, the sedentariness has kicked in for so many, especially what we've all been struggling with. And what I want to challenge each and every one of you is ask yourself every day, how can you move your body? What does that get to look like? Because moving your body, you talked about that detoxing is natural for the body. However, I'm talking about how can we actually encourage detoxing through more support of what is happening. Yeah, Jackie, the weather we've had the last few days, it's crazy. If I could turn the camera that way, if I walked outside, I'd be wet in 22 seconds. It's downpouring. So when we're talking about detoxing with exercise, the type and the intensity is really important. So like today, I lifted a bunch of weights, heavy weights at the gym. I did a cardio workout for 10 or 15 minutes to wake up my body. However, honestly, to do a 28 detox, I would not do weightlifting. I would actually do calming, gentle exercises. Why? Because we want to love and we want to nurture the body. So what do you think some of those exercises are? Drop them in the chat. Like, what are some of the exercises that you do that you consider level of activity that is less than stimulating cardiovascular? Anyone know? Drop it in the chat for me. Come on, Jacqueline's the only one like responding today. No responses. All right. So I guess you just all want me to talk to you and then talk to you about yoga. There you go. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yoga is a great one. Walking. I'm sorry, June. Is it really that bad? I'm videotaping it for the. I'm videotaping it on the VIP. So I will make sure that I did it for you guys. So I really apologize. The weather is horrible. So bummer. It's bad. Okay. So yoga, walking, Pilates, stretching exercises, like, you know, just really, how many people just don't stretch their body? Like, even like, you know, putting your arms out and stretching them forward. Like, stretching is so important because this helps open up your muscles, whereas most of the exercises we do decreases the muscle tensity. We want to just stretch it. We want to open it up. And yoga does that as well. Yoga also helps increase physical strength and flexibility. But also, yoga, when you tune into your breath, you're also helping relaxation and stress. And that relaxation and stress of the mindset, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, but that aids in the detox process because you're not only moving your body and stretching your body, but then you're actually getting into the breath. The other exercise that we've talked about is breathing. I cannot stress enough how important breathing is for the body. It can help you reduce your stress and really improve your mental clarity. And like we talked about in VIP yesterday, the more that you breathe and get that peristalsis, like we talked about yesterday, helps relax and helps allow the bowels and the gut to move. So the breathing and the meditation and getting out of that sympathetic, that fight or flight, that go, go, go state is very healing to the body. So what I want you to think about is when you're choosing an exercise, when you're like head on in doing like a 28-day cleanse, like we talk about, I don't want you to do hardcore exercise. I want you to think, or you get to think about how can you support your body and what feels the best that your body needs. So again, when we move our body, we're improving our circulation. We're improving the ways that nutrients can work through the body, because every time we open up our body and we get our vessels going, that helps increase your blood circulation, and it helps bring more nutrients to the cells and to the organs, as well as helping you eliminate waste materials that the body no longer needs and needs for use. Again, we talked about the lymph system. So remember, lymph contains toxins, and we want to get rid. Sorry, I just cut out. Am I still on? We want to get rid of these substances in our body, because remember, we don't want them to sit in the body or the cells or the fat cells, because that's when we're in that toxic cycle. We can't get rid of it. And then when you work out and you move your body, almost always, depending what kind of exercise you do, even when you stretch, sometimes I'm like, I breathe a little bit deeper, or I sweat a little bit. So sweating actually helps. Getting rid of, like, sweat is really for getting rid of heavy metals and BPA, which is in most of our plastics. So that can be excreted through the through your follicles in your sweat, in your skin. So remember, I talk about different ways to actually remove chemicals, and sweating is one of them. So let's talk about some fun. So I have at my clinic, I've got about 30 different types of therapies at the clinic. And so what I find is most patients come in, this is focused on total body detox, whole body detox. What I find that most patients come in with a tremendous amount of toxicity. You know, how many of you are struggling from like joint pain, or like hip pain, or back pain? That most likely could be that you're not moving your body enough. You don't have enough really good lubrication and like really good oils to actually lube your joint. And it can be like sugars and toxicity and toxins that are not, you're getting that, you know, movement in your joints is not as good as it should be. So that's why it's really important to have really great quality. Yeah, Jacqueline, you've got a joint pain. So look at your sugar, look at your quality, your oils. What's good for Zumba? Doing what I'm doing, standing up, getting yourself, what is this, a very desk or whatever, very desk, I think it's called, very desk, and stand up and don't sit down all the time, Denise. That's how we move that's how come I can move around consistently. So you know, when you start to get these joint pains and things, like it's hydration, it's oils, it's fiber, and then get rid of the inflammation and the pain. And there's different supplements that you can use for that, but that's not what we're talking about here. So one of my favorite easy ones that we talked about on the first day, and I promised you I'd circle back around. See, my memory's working, so that means my gut's working and my brain's working, because I'm showing up for all of you, even though it's like a huge thunderstorm out here. Dry brushing. If you take a basic loofah brush, it doesn't have to be fancy. I think the last one I bought for a patient was $4.99. You just take it and you rub it on your skin all throughout your body, and you want to rub it towards the lymph in. Same thing with the legs, like come in an upward fashion, because you want to come up towards the heart and the lymph area here. Dry brush before you take a shower. So that's, you want to get you don't have to do a loofah brush. I use that, but you can also get a stiff bristle, but make sure it doesn't scratch you. That's not the goal. So that helps remove your dead cells, and it helps you stimulate circulation. it's said to help eliminate toxins as well, because you're kind of moving that. You're actually physically, mentally saying like, and I speak to myself, like I'm moving toxicity through my body. And so when you do that, you're stimulating the lymph system, which is our immune system, which we talked about quite a bit. And that's going to help you detox. My other favorite, I have an infrared hair clinic that I work with patients consistently. I love it. I should, and I get to get into it more. I just think like it's time to go. I have to go home. But so sauna, so spending time in really hot sauna encourages perspiration. Perspiration opens up your skin areas and allows like sweat to come out, and that's how you can get released toxins. Also, a little hint of that, because cancer is toxic as well. Cancer can't live in high temperature states. So that's why saunas are so great for cancer patients. It also helps for circulation, because as you sweat, you're opening up. I mean, this is a big blood vessel, your aorta, but you're opening up your blood vessels and you're allowing for circulation to be promoted in the body. And then the other piece is I encourage patients to listen to relaxed music, go into deep breathing and meditation. So you can kind of do two of these therapies together at the same time. And so that actually just helps you relieve stress, helps you sweat, and then what better way than to detox. Another one of my most favorite treatments at the clinic, and so many patients, we don't talk about bowels a lot. And I don't know why in America, so when I have little kids and they just think it's funny and they giggle, and a lot of it's all I want to answer how many times a day you have a stool. But even it's third day here, like how many of us realize that having a bowel movement 2 to 3 times a day is so important. We talked about insoluble fiber, soluble fiber, having enough oil, for the gut to like move through the body. Like, that's so important for your bowels. It's so important for your gut microbiome, right? So what colon hydrotherapy is, which is one of my favorite treatments, is you put warm filtered water into the colon. Though I do cool, when I want to remove mucus on a patient and I see high levels of mucus in their eye, I do cool water. So depending on the patient is what I choose. But if somebody's severely constipated, then I'm going to use warm water. Why? Warm water is relaxing. So as the water loosens and softens that fecal matter that's stuck up against the hostra, like I say, it's like Michelin Man. So I think everybody's probably old enough to remember Michelin Man. If I have some teenagers on here, maybe not. But he has bumps. That's kind of like the colon. So it's kind of like if I take a glass of water, a glass that has stuff on it, and I kind of swish it around, I get all the walls clean. Well, that's what I think of, and I explain to patients who do colon hydrotherapy. So it's gentle flushes of water directly into the colon. It helps move toxicity, mucus, and bowels, and then it allows you to step into natural peristalsis. So as we remove these toxins from the body and the gut, that's going to help you improve your overall digestive health. And when patients leave the clinic after their treatment and they're a little apprehensive to do it, they're so glad they had it done. Like, because that's the best way to remove toxicity is get it out of the gut. So now the gut is more open to receive, to get, the stools going. And I help heal constipation all the time with patients. So, removing that and getting it through the body. And what I want to say is oftentimes when they check out, they're checking out at the front desk with the front desk staff, and they'll just say, oh my gosh, I feel so much lighter, right? I feel so much less bloated. And then the next day they have incredible energy because all of that stuff that's sitting in the gut, I'm just going to call it stuff, that's not medical, right? All of that mucus, that toxicity, heavy bowels just makes you really heavy. So that's why I love colon hydrotherapy. Another treatment I do is constitutional hydrotherapy. You can do it with an EMS, electrical muscle stimulation machine, or without. I do it with patients at the clinic. But if you're just home alone, you're just home and you want to do it as a home treatment, it's 3 minutes hot, 30 seconds cold on an area. So you could do it on your liver. You could do it on your gut. And you could do it with ice, or I have patients sometimes if they're in pain, I'll have them do it in the shower. So it's hot and cold to stimulate the immune system. We've talked about this before. It opens when it's warm, meaning your arteries, they're going to open, and your muscles and everything is going to open when things are warm and feel relaxed. And then when we put cold on them, they're going to restrict. So this opening and closing actually aids helping stimulate the immune system and helps aid with circulation. So that, again, is going to promote detox, and it's going to support your overall health. Massage therapy, lymphatic drainage therapy, craniosacral therapy. Craniosacral therapy, many people don't realize, but your cranium in your head, and all the way down to my sacrum, which is in my buttocks area, your spine goes through there. Through there is your spinal cord. In your mind, in your brain, I should say, you have a sphenoid bone, and it gently, this is too fast, it's definitely not this fast, it opens and it closes. And as it opens and it closes, it sends cerebral spinal fluid all the way down your spine into your sacrum, and then all of your nerves that come out of your spine to innervate your whole entire body is bathed in CFF, the cerebral spinal fluid. Sorry, I get into my brain and I still go acronyms. And so the goal is to get the organs moving. You could look at it as kind of like qi in Chinese medicine. So where that blockage is, we're working with the cranium, parts of the pelvis, throughout the body, and the spine to help treat disease and get the movement and the energy in the body grounded, to help remove blockages. If we do anything to open up the body, I'm using anything as a non-medical term, when it comes to movement, when it comes to any of these treatments, we're going to help the body move better, because dis-ease, and the Chinese medicine practitioners talk about this all the time, where there's a blockage and there's decreased movement, that's where dis-ease sits in. Okay. I'm going to go through a little bit more, and then I'll stop and see if you guys have any questions. So, lose people. Hopefully it's not the internet. Is my internet with you guys? I think I'm okay on Instagram. So you can just look at. So emotional release technique. So emotional stress can be as well, right? So when we release emotional release, like EFT, which is an emotional freedom technique, or tapping, that's going to help us get rid of negative emotions. Negative emotions help in the detox process. I'm going to talk more emotions tomorrow. Spiritual emotions, mind emotions, all of that. So, the tapping is using different techniques on the body in different paths. You want to talk to somebody that has the EFT. Like, I know this is like a stress relief, and then there's tapping on the fingers for anxiety. So there's all different ways, and that helps alter the body's energy system, and it helps reduce the stress. Acutonics is another treatment that I do here. So it's basically sound healing and vibrational healing created through sound. And I just love acutonics. And it helps balance the body. It allows it to kind of heal itself. So I use a lot of grounding techniques and whatnot. So speaking of grounding, earthing is so important. There's a great book by I think it's Dr. Sinatra on earthing, and there's all sorts of earthing techniques you can do. But really, we can make it simple and say, unless you're in the winter months somewhere, if you walk out in sand Or in the grass, like if I walked out right now, I'd get soaking wet, but in the grass, then that's also a way to ground. Like take your shoes off and touch Mother Earth or Father Earth, whatever you want to call it. And so that grounding is so healing because you are making direct contact with the earth. So this will help you neutralize your free radicals, decrease inflammation, help you sleep better, and it just like generally will help in your overall well-being. Like that's so simple. It doesn't cost money if we just get out in our earth and touch our earth and we move our body. Another one is your livers under your rib cage, castor oil packs. It is so, when patients do detox 24/7, I have individuals do castor oil packs every day. So you apply a castor oil pack by taking castor oil and soaking a white cloth. Don't use color. Soaking a white cloth, placing it right below your liver. You can also do your GI too, like you could do the whole area. And then you put some warm heat on it, and the heat helps absorb it into the body, and that will help healing. That's going to, again, help you reduce inflammation, stimulate the liver, right? Because we all talked about how important the liver is for detox. Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what gives our plants the color green. And it has so many great health benefits. I have everybody put chlorophyll in water and drink 32 ounces glass of water with 3 drops of chlorophyll in it. It's a powerful antioxidant. It will help bind toxins. It helps promote healthy digestion, and it helps in restoring and replenishing your red blood cells. Like what you asked for is so super simple. Lastly, like we talked about this in the VIP yesterday, question around supplements and nutrients. So I'm always wanting to use food as your medicine or nutrition as your medicine, right? Like that's what I preach all the time. Like it's just 100% our foundation. And so many people get away with it not doing quality nutrition. So there are some strong thoughts and positive thoughts and negative thoughts around nutrients and supplements. So when I have somebody on a 28-day cleanse, a full body cleanse, I do not require, but I do supplements and some powders to get you through the 28 days. Here's why, because there's some B vitamins in there. There's some glutathione, like we talked about, which aids in your free radicals and your detox pathways. There's antioxidants like vitamin C and E that are critical for liver detox. There's probiotics in these. And so it just helps support while you're eating quality food with no sugar, no alcohol, and you're eating nutrient-dense food. You always want to make sure, like my medical detox system that I put patients on, always helps touch phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. Why is that important? Because if you try to detox and you do a detox protocol that doesn't have phase 1 and phase 2, you are apt to wake up with a headache and be exhausted. And so that's where you hear people say a lot like they're achy. That's not always the main reason. Some people are getting caffeine withdrawals, sugar withdrawals, but my goal is to support that detox phase so that you're not having high level symptoms. And if you do have them, they're shorter rather than longer. So let's see if there's any questions. Latish, does dancing help? Yes. Are we talking about exercise? Dancing 100% helps. Any sort of movement that you do with the body is going to get the circulation going. Does anybody have any questions on what we just talked about? Are you guys here? Is that I'm flashing in and out on Instagram. Am I okay on Zoom? Can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm losing people. This is unfortunate. Okay. The 28-day cleanse, I can talk about that. Be Healthy. It's also on my website. Let me drop it in here. It's under programs here. So it's under programs there. That's my website, but I'll talk about that in a bit. That's where the 28 detox is. Oh, I am. I'm sorry, Jackie. Okay, I'm cutting in and out. All right. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I've lost quite a few people, but we'll do the best we can. All right. So no other questions. Let me take that banner down right now so that we can focus. So now I'm going to talk about cleansing the nervous system, and I'm going to go deeper into this tomorrow. But, you know, we've all talked about over the last 2.5 days now, we've talked about tangible ways to tackle like detox, like food and water and medicines and air and exercise. But I want you to realize how important the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual aspects are. So there's no way to hide that stress makes us stuck, right? There's no way to hide that stress makes us stuck. It really does. And it can create scarcity and it can create stressful moments. And so when we register stress for our nervous system, we're constantly aware of these obvious stressors. And it plays this, I call it this musical message in our brain. So it's always trying to get that out and move to the positive or move through the stress. So some of those stressors that play on our brain 24/7 could be financial. Maybe we got in an argument with a loved one. Maybe we have issues at work, job pressure. Maybe we're trying to support our children. I don't know what it is, but the more that you move through that and work through the emotional piece, that's going to help you, because it's certainly true that stress can make you really sick. And that nervous system, remember I talked about the fact that the brain doesn't know the difference between I need to get away from that bear and like I'm stressed emotionally 24/7. It still takes it as a stressor. So just really be aware of that. So different things that can actually impact our health and our detox, we look at things such as noise. Like maybe for us to be relaxed, we like quiet, or we like to listen to the birds and nature and peace. Then call that in when you're doing your detox. Or maybe, I don't know, but maybe heavy metal music is what you need. I don't know. You know, excessive visual stimulation, I tell patients to move away from that when they're doing a detox. Like, so if you have to be on your computer all day at work, then 100% make sure that you're not on your computer when you go home at night. You know, because there's no way I can tell a patient to never use the computer if they need it for work, but really start to, eliminate screen time. What I know you can eliminate is TV time. And even like scrolling through social media, you can eliminate that or even slow down on it. Lack of exercise. Physical contact is so important with humans, with plants, with animals. That's going to help you detox. Like, love is love. Like, we all feel great love, right? Like, it's so important to have that positive energy and pull that love along. I try to text or message somebody every day, show them that I care and I love them, and what are they doing, how are they doing. It's just my way of showing up. But you want to do that even more so when you're moving through a detox because you're moving that emotions through. You want to feel good. And we for bad news, especially like societal bad news, TV news, that sort of thing. If you have an unsatisfying job or relationship, like work on it or adjust it, or something's like pulling you down. Maybe it's not your partner or somebody you live with, but maybe it's someone that you're friends with and they're just not walking down the same journey that you are. Think about pivoting that relationship. Wear looser clothing when you detox, because tight clothing like holds on and it restricts. Just allow like the body to be loose. Limit unnatural lighting, like it's everywhere. That's a hard one, especially if you go to the grocery store. Sleep we're going to talk about in a minute, but sleep is so important to get deep sleep. Fear and anxiety, if you have a challenge with that, that can build up as like a form of emotional toxicity in the body. So you want to get that into your system and be aware of that so that you can move it through your body. Humor and laughter, like that is where I go to. Like sometimes I say to my family, man, I just need like a really hard belly laugh. How many are with me? Like how many like need to laugh so hard? Like it's just so healing. Laughter is a medicine. It gets us in a really great mood, and it's just so important for detoxing. So all of these lifestyle habits that I just went through are so simple, right? But how many times we stop us and we allow like bad relationships to keep happening, or feeling sorry for ourselves, or not happy, or not stepping into the relationships, or we can't be alone, or we feel sad. Like this is all part of health, right? So part of health. So now, lastly, the last thing that I want to talk about today, and thank you for those of you that have stayed on, and I'm sorry that I've lost the ones that I've lost because we had a really good showing, is the importance of quality sleep. I had an insomniac patient in today that I started with 3 years ago. We finally have him sleeping 6 hours. He would go to bed at night with heart palpitations. He's going to be 44 next month. And he would just toss and turn. So we had to do like restrictive sleep therapy with him. We had to do some nervous system techniques with him. He has anxiety around health. And he has just, I'm just so proud of him because he's shown up and he's done the work. And he works every day, and his wife is on board, and his children on board, and they're eating really healthy foods, and that has helped. He's a VP of Liberty Mutual locally, and I'm sure the stress is hard right now, but I also know that, you know, when he's done work, his phone is done and he's with his family. So when we talk about sleep, one of the things that your body does when you sleep is it does cellular repair and regeneration. When you get into that deep REM sleep, your bodies are so hard at work regenerating and repairing your cells. So that's why it's so important. Like, oh, okay, you know, I'm young, I can go 2 to 3 hours. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's so hard to you. You really should be sleeping 7 hours a night, but like the least I'll let slide by is 6. You know, when you sleep, your brain it eliminates brain waste. Like our brains have a unique way to actually move toxicity. It's called the glymphatic system through the brain. Like you've got brain neurons in there, and the glymphatic system is moving toxicity out of the brain. And that system is more active during sleep, helping you flush out your harmful toxins that accumulate in your brain during your waking hours. Hormones, cortisol, adequate sleep helps to maintain hormone levels. You know, leptin and ghrelin, those are the ones, those of you that have been on my hormone program, those ghrelin and leptin, regulate your appetite. So those directly help you do detox by controlling the intake of like some of the harmful substances that you take in. And what better way to decrease your stress than to go to bed at night and get a calm sleep, wake up in the morning, and like just your liver's ready to go. Because for years of neglecting sleep, you are neglecting your body's natural ways for it to detox. By getting quality regular sleep, you're allowing your body to perform crucial functions more effectively. So sleep hygiene is so crucial to really good quality health, detoxification, calming your nervous system, giving you a reset in the morning. It's just, you just need sleep. That's really the bottom line. You need everything that we've talked about these 3 days, but you know, drop in the chat where you can take this live today and what are you going to implement? Because I love all of you, but you're not very, and it could be the storm today because usually you are active. Laugh, always good. Be healthy. Absolutely. You know, laughter is just the best medicine. Like, I love doing Zoom, but I wish all of you were like in the room with me because I used to teach here at the clinic in the space, and it was just so amazing because you had every emotion that would come up. And when I used to do, in-person detoxes, we'd have 15 or 20 people at a time. And now everybody wants to do it online and do it themselves. So do I have any questions that anybody that I get to answer? No? You guys are feeling confident? I know I don't have many on right now, so I appreciate those of you that have stayed on. So let me ask you this. How many of you would love to have me like in your back pocket, like talking to you once a month and showing up for you and supporting you, like once on Zoom, unless you do VIP. These people that do VIP, it's fantastic. They get handouts, they get a deep dive with me. But how many of you would love to have a deep dive with me every week and get messages from me, like on your phone or on your computer? So many of you asked, and I delivered. Like, I wish, like, be in your pocket. You could send me messages. You could connect with me, and like just really show up. Well, I created that, and it is called join.com. This is a program that I am so proud of. It's not something I ever thought to put together. So many of you asked for it in the online presence where I show up for you and I send you weekly messages. And I do like nutrition, maybe some recipes or some nutrition comments or things. And it's just like people are loving it. And I get like these messages like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I did with not having a doctor in my pocket. And so I just think it's just so brilliant. And when somebody said it to me, I created it. So pocketdoc.com, check it out. It's amazing. Members are coming in every single day and just really, really enjoying it. And I'm diving my heart and soul into it. I may start to do that more than doing the challenges, but for now, I also love the challenges and showing up for all of you and just being 100% present. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Like I said, it's weekly messages. I'm going to show up live. I show up live for you once a month. And that can be variable. I try to keep it consistent, but sometimes with my patient scheduling and all the things that I love doing, like the interviewing and showing up online, sometimes it does get adjusted and changed. But it's been so much fun to create, and you're sitting on my shoulder as I step into, like, speaking into it and giving messages into it. So it's near and dear to my heart. I know that you'll love it if you jump in, jump in now. And, just your nutrition and your health is important. I want to ask you, when are you going to start taking care of yourself? Like, when are you how much longer can you, I want you to ask yourself this before we close. How much longer can you continue to live the way that you're living? Whether it's pain, whether it's joint pain, you can't lose weight, you can't lose fat. I prefer to call fat loss, not weight loss, because I want my muscle mass. Muscle mass weighs more than fat. Like, how many of you are willing to keep going like this? If you need support and accountability, just like me, I call out my own practitioners and my team members and leaders, and I'm like, hey, I need support. I belong to programs like this to help support myself. So I want you to think about, how much longer are you going to live like this? Or call me and be like, get on a Zoom call with me and you're just like, I can't take it anymore. And now I have a devastating diagnosis. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Please. It's not worth it. Every single day I get calls at the clinic on my cell phone, just where people are devastated because of their diagnosis. You can change your health. I don't know if Donice is still on here, but she's an individual. She mentioned she's 72 years old. She has no aches and pains because she eats really healthy. And she has been involved in nutrition and the quality of nutrition and probably movement and exercise her whole life. So let me be an example to you, because I 100% practice what I preach. Check out joinpocketdoc.com. You will love it. People are loving it every single day. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. I will see you tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow we're going to be talking about emotional and spiritual detox and what it look like. So if nobody has any more questions, I want to make sure that I tell VIPs, don't hang up. All of you guys, keep up the healing. Thanks for your patience today. I apologize. It's still starting out. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'll see you later, Instagram. So much love. And to LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, I got your back. Joinpocketdoc.com. Check it out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day. I hope I will. We might lose power. Who knows? All right. Love you guys.